Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of various ages, my name is Sin Synergy, alongside Radovan here in the commentator's box. We have a full tournament to go through. We're all going to do it on one night. Why? Because we just want to. That's it. Now, because time. We don't have enough time to do it in 2 nights. We're all going to do it in one, but that's okay because not all the time that we could do a whole event and have a winner crowned in just the first night of boxing. It's going to be a lot of amazing matches just in the first round alone. We're going to touch on a couple of these matches here before we get down to the first matchup of the night. Let's first talk about Random Puncher going up against Setup Lit. Random Puncher is the NHBL Fight Night Ironclad champion. He's been Ironclad champion for a little over a month now. He's going up against a boxer known as Setup Lit. He has boxed for a few seasons. He isn't a boxer that boxes all the time, though. So, Radovan, let me ask you this. Random Puncher's been on a pretty good hot streak down at Fight Night. He's been winning a lot of his matches. Do you think there might be a little bit of ring rust, maybe a little bit of concern for Setup Lit going into this matchup?
Considering that he is not very active in the server and hasn't had a lot of fights behind his backs, I guess that he's going to get a little bit of that ring rust, or we can hope that he pulls out an ace from under his sleeves and shows Random Puncher what is like. He may be even pretending to be like completely like he may be pretending to be like incompetent or being at least weak in this boxing. He might show us something new that we haven't seen in a long time in the NHBL.
Yeah, and although we have said that he doesn't box as much, he's still a veteran though. Been around for I don't know exactly how many seasons because it was before even my time, which is back before season 7. So he's he's got the experience. You just gotta wait and see, and maybe he'll use some of that experience in his matchup tonight. Let's also talk about Oni and Penguineer. Oni participated last season. He's not active in the fight night scene, but he's going up against a new boxer, never boxed here before, Penguineer, who, by the way, has a Huar just like me. So don't worry, me and him already got ourselves acquainted, has exchanged some pleasantries. It's always nice to meet a guy who also has a squid on his head. But this match could be a wild card. We don't know what to expect in this match. Oni, we've seen only a sample size of him. Penguineer, a totally new boxer. I mean, it could go anywhere in this match, don't you think?
Indeed, it can. I mean, Oni has already shown us something what he is capable of doing, but I don't know about Penguineer. As you said, he is already new in the boxing scene. He might show us something spectacular, maybe something that will open our jaws and end up and we're gonna stay like this for the end of the match. Probably not, but probably he will or probably he won't. But I gotta say that for Oni, I think he's not going to have any issues. If he's going to perform like last season, then I think it's going to be a win for him.
Yeah, I mean, Oni excelled last season, especially in the first rounds. He did really well in that. So maybe this will be just another Oni match, I guess. But we'll have to see. That's definitely a wild card. Can go either way. This one's an interesting match. Right after that match, we're gonna have Raz Dazzler against Fluffy Teddy Bear. Fluffy Teddy Bear. We could talk about him all day about his accomplishments. He's done very well here at NHBL and down in the fight night scene. Going up against Raz Dazzler, who has not won a match in the first rounds in any NHBL major circuit event. Raz Dazzler is a beast. Is a beast in down at Fight Night. But when it comes to the major circuit, he just can't get it together for whatever reason. Do you happen to see? I know you don't go to the fight nights because you're down in what is it, Slovakia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't really seen down the fight night scene, but Raz Dazzler's a beast down there. Do you happen to think that maybe finally Raz Dazzler can get out of the first round?
They're both veterans, but I don't know about Raz Dazzler. We can only hold our fingers crossed and hope he will get that one round right. I really believe in him, and from throughout the whole career I have here, I think Raz Dazzler is like the one boxer that can always show something exciting, something he has never done before we have never seen before, and it's always like enjoyable when and it's quite enjoyable. So I think he will finally get up that first round done for him.
Yeah, and both those boxers know pretty well from each other from Fight Night. Fluffy Teddy Bear, a great person as well as a great boxer as well. So then the last match of the first round, we have Bax against Lunar Raven. So Bax, Fight Night champion, he has shown them pretty well, proving a lot of people wrong, and actually almost gathering a kind of a following. Before, when he turned boxer, he got booed. He got insulted during matches. Oh, he's a commentator going to boxer. He can't do that. He has proved everyone wrong, being a Fight Night champion for almost about 2 months, I think, down at Fight Night. He's going against Lunar Raven, which I can't even say is a Bax is a stronger opponent compared to Lunar Raven. I think they're pretty equally matched. Lunar Raven beat Comfyland a couple weeks ago at Fight Night in the finals. In the finals, Lunar Raven beat Comfyland. So a lot of hype is going for Lunar Raven. A lot of hype for Bax, obviously. So Radovan, give me your thoughts. You've seen Bax fight a lot recently with up here in NHBL. This is going to be an even match, I can already say, but give me your take on it.
It's going to be a hard take. As you have mentioned, Back is already a double champion, and Raven, he always yeah, and God damn it, my memory is short.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. Yeah, no, but Bax the Fight Night champion. Yeah, you're right.
is Fight Night champion, and Raven. I don't know really what we should expect from him. I mean, some of you might know what you're going to expect from him, but I seriously don't. I'm sorry. But I gotta say that that every single match I have seen Raven fighting in was always exciting for me. I always like astonished. Wow, his first going like first round he's going like this tactic, then he switches off, uses something else, and it goes for him most of the time. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting fight, and it's going to be an exciting fight, and I'm already high, and it's going to be a really great hype for it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a match a lot of people are circling around. That's the last match of the first round. And also another note too, this is the first event in season 10, and really the first event in a while, I think, that we have no backups. It's all the boxers that signed up originally, they're all here. So what you saw at the match selection is what you're going to get tonight, and that's really exciting because then maybe finally our predictions can be true. I don't even know who I picked, to be honest with you. Doesn't matter though. So Coffee with his little A pose here. And Bright Boy's going to go in the red corner there. And I believe, and Spogo's got the reffing duties here for this matchup, but it's warm-ups, of course, the 3 warm-ups here. Bright Boy doing a spin move there. Both boxers really just trying to get their hits in, trying to get their footwork in, trying to get geared up. A lot of boxers are already here practicing upwards of from 3 o'clock Eastern, which is about 4 hours. People were on here boxing, which is really awesome to see. Radovan. So we didn't talk about Bright Boy and Comfyland. Comfyland, a double champion. He's a Natasha Heavyweight champion, Southern Heavyweight champion of Season 9. Going up against Bright Boy, who finished 4th in NHBL Finals last year. So this match is going to be a good one, to say the least.
Judging by the warm-up rounds, Bright Boy has already some aces from his sleeve. He's not. Oh my god, that spin though.
Yeah, it's a spin move. You got that spin. That's from that's a Fight Night move right there. The spin move. It didn't work for him on that one.
Well, he didn't act too. He didn't. Damn it. Well, the second round didn't really come up for him. He won the first one trying to get that like getting from behind, but now he. I don't know. He kind of failed in his little spinning games. Fell on the ground pretty hard.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see though too how these boxers kind of change up their strategy. Comfyland, he's a very experienced, obviously. He doesn't change his style up too much though. Bright Boy, neither does he. Bright Boy likes to have a little bit of fun. Obviously, as we've seen, he's a former Fight Night champion in himself. So is Comfyland actually. So both previous Fight Night champions. As we see how this final round goes. Yeah, Bright Boy takes it. So Bright Boy 2-1 in the warm-ups against the double champion. And remember, it is fists tonight. There's no killing gloves of boxing. It is fists, stock fists. So it's a little bit faster firing speed. So, Radovan, right before we get started of this, what's your final thoughts before we get to the first match tonight?
I think that Confluent should probably the Confluent should probably go more for those like bait tactics, and maybe Bright Boy shouldn't get fooled and go like from behind by Confluent because I know that the warm up rounds are going for him, but yeah, we can start.
All right, first matchup of tonight. Hopefully, you guys are ready for this event. Gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a fun one to say the least. Both boxers get up even punching, but both miss there. And Bright Boy puts on the aggression late in that match. It's 1-0 against Confluent.
Indeed, he was trying for that like classic bait, but then he went completely rough at the end of the match, and it really paid off for him. It's 1-0. Hopefully, we're gonna see a comeback from Confluent.
All right. So 1-1 goes to Bright Boy. If Bright Boy wins this one, he moves on to the second round. Somebody just got a wedding ring. That's very nice of them. All right. Both boxers giving up eating punches. Oh, Confluent missed a punch there. Bright Boy is smelling the blood, and Bright Boy finishes Confluent off. The double champion, Confluent, loses in the first round, and Boy moves on to the second round. But I wouldn't say an upset, but Bright Boy does it to start off the event.
That was even like I'm not even disappointed. I was like expecting a comeback, but this was like for me it turned like a different tide. Bright Boy managed to save his title of the secure the second point and got Confluent down on his knees, securing the whole ring for himself.
Angus Beef going up against Metro. These two guys have seen each other in Fight Night kind of recently. They fought back at Let's go. Excuse me, I just had like something weird in my throat. They fought back at I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place with this. But anyways, Metro and Angus Beef fought a few Fight Nights ago. Can't remember the exact date. But both of them are really we're gonna start the warm-ups. Okay, there we go. Both these guys are Angus Beef wants to do a high five, but you have to watch the ref here. You have to watch the ref.
Go! It's not possible!
Okay, now we're starting with the warm-ups. You gotta watch for, because it's a long tournament. Warm-ups, you guys can go now, I think.
Let's go!
Okay, there you go. You gotta watch the embellishment rule. It's a long tournament. You guys don't want to be taking a lot of time. Metro wins the first round in that one. Metro and Angus Beef know each other pretty well from Fight Night. They fought recently. Radovan, first round, you saw what happened in the warm-ups. What do you think about that first round?
Well, they both stayed in their halves of the ring. They were trying like to bait each other to their half, but it kind of ended up with Metro beating up Angus Beef in the middle and seizing the whole territory for himself.
Yeah, that's definitely a Metro's strategy. I mean, his strategy isn't something revolutionary. He does the same thing. Not that's a bad thing. He does the same thing in all of his matches. It's kind of conservative, not too aggressive. Angus Beef replicating that almost per punch. Both these guys don't really have a set strategy. They go out in the middle of the ring and punch each other, and you're kind of seeing a pretty competitive match here, Radovan.
Yeah, indeed. It isn't like even consistent. Angus Beef now tied up to a 1-on-1, and we can see that they're not even like strategizing. They just go straight into the action, punching each other in the middle, and then guess who the last man standing.
Yeah, and Angus Beef last tournament defeated went up to the finals to get against White Russian Bear. So I mean, Angus Beef has went the distance Although he went out and lost in the finals, and he takes out Metro 2-1 in the warm-ups. It's interesting to see if Angus Beef can kind of replicate it now, knowing that White Russian Bear isn't in this tournament. Most of the players that was in this tournament was in last bracket as well. So this is going to be a good one, Radovan. This should be a pretty even matchup. All right, and the bell has rung for these two. Angus beat Metro. Metro going really aggressive in the corner there, but Metro missing. Oh, Metro connects to that last punch. Metro wins it up 1-0, trying to push Angus Beef towards the ropes there, and it worked. Angus Beef had nowhere to run.
Indeed, he got him cornered. He got him cornered pretty well. He had no chance of like escaping from his wrath. He literally punched him in the corner and then completely annihilated him. I think it's not going to be like this way. It's not even really consistent from them.
All right, both boxers coming out of the corner. Metro so aggressive in this, but Angus Beef trying to get around him. He can't though. Metro makes it 2-0. Angus Beef tried to go around him, did not work. Metro wins this 2-0. Radovan, that was quick.
Indeed, well, Metro was trying to like get around him, completely annihilate him from the side, seizing the ring for himself. And it seems like at first saw like for Metro the situation looked dire to him, but he found a way on how to save the whole fight and secure it for himself.
And a puncher and setup lit. This is going to be an interesting one for both these guys. Both these guys never fought before, so both these guys are still newer to each other. Random Punchers sporting that nice little ironclad championship down at Fight Nights. The title right below the Fight Night Championship for people who are unaware. Make sure you guys stay tuned for a Fight Night every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, had to get that plug in. Anyways, so setup lit in the blue, Random Puncher in the red. And we already touched a little bit about it. You know, we're seeing here, it looks like setup lit was dodging. I don't really see this strategy a lot, Radovan. The setup lit, it has taken those wide strides back and forth and going left to right. It was really wide. I've never seen anyone take those wide strides like that.
Indeed, that was pretty wide. I think he's willing to try to take him from the sides, or at least getting to his back and then finish him off. But it wasn't even like consistent. Like he's going to stick to that strategy. He'll switch between strategies, like from baiting to getting wide and even pushing to the corner.
And second round, the matchup here. Yeah, I've never seen anybody kind of go as far as. He's kind of taking a little bit more conservative this time, only taking one punch, Random Puncher. And Random Puncher, that's his thing. He can dodge punches pretty well. His name says Puncher, but he's a good dodger. So it's tied in the warm-ups, which we've seen the past couple matchups. So far, kind of even though. Random Puncher just said Random Poggers. Maybe. But yeah, so Random Puncher, his strategy really is just kind of dodge and kind of bait someone and try to get around them a little bit. And we're gonna see on this one, see if setup lit kind of gets those wide punches. And Random Puncher doing the spin technique at Fight Night, kind of horsing around now. And Random Puncher gets taken out, but that's not a bad thing either because he's getting loose. He's getting all. People don't like to be tense. People like to loose up. That's one of the ways for boxers to loose up. So, Radovan, this should be another good matchup here. What are you expecting in this one? Now seeing the warm-up rounds.
In my views, from what I have seen during these warm-up rounds, we can expect that we're going to see all. Oh, now exploded.
All right. Both boxers getting some good licks in the middle of that ring where that logo sits. And Random Puncher only taking 2 hits. And that one takes out Setup Lit. And it looked like Setup Lit had a few more punches there. I don't know if they missed. I don't know. But Random Puncher with a pretty impressive 1-0 lead.
Indeed. Those were some spot-on punches he just showed us. Completely baiting Setup Lit into the middle and then finishing him off in there. Even though Setup Lit was trying to get like behind him or even taking him from the side from where he is weaker. But it didn't turn into his favor and Random Puncher seized the first round.
All right. Both meeting in the middle of the ring there. And Setup tries to back off, but Random Puncher just following up. And just like that, Random Puncher moves on to the next round. Random Puncher was following Setup Lit the entire time. Setup Lit was trying to back up, and nothing was there. 2-0 for Random Puncher.
That wasn't really uneven. Like Setup Lit didn't even go for a wide technique. He completely tunnel visioned a Random Puncher, but the fact that he didn't like take the aspect of him getting into his side, into his side, or even taking his back, made him vulnerable. And Random Puncher took the situation into his hands and secured this match for himself, making it 2-0.
Stanvich and Spot. This one has some heavy hitters. These guys, they like to beat each other. They like to beat people up. Stanvich is a very rough boxer. That's the only way I can describe him. And Spottin, I mean, we've all seen how Spottin goes. The Gator Roll, the whatever you want to call it, the Tims, I don't even know. So we're going to see a rather unique match, I would think. Stanvich is very aggressive. Not random, I'm looking at my bracket. Radovan. Both these boxers, they're looking to get to the next round. Spottin is looking to get back into the into the finals, back to the clash. So what do you think about how this match will probably turn out?
They both seem pretty aggressive. They don't like go head towards towards each other. They're gonna like they have like an respect to each other. So they are not going to completely. They're not going rough at it. They don't go rough on each other. They're not like
they're going pretty
headlessly into it.
Yeah, they're taking pretty. I mean, you're right though, Radman. They're doing pretty strategetic. They're not really going at aggressive as we usually see them do. So I mean, it's warm ups. You never know how the real tournament's gonna go. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They're kind of easing themselves into it. And that's kind of good because there's going to be a lot of boxing. If you win in the first round, then you have to go to the next round. If you win that round, you have to go to the third round and maybe even the finals. There's a lot of boxing. You don't want to tire yourself out before that. So, it's nice to get them kind of in the swing of things, no pun intended. Last warm-up round. And a Radovan, as you notice here, they're both swinging punches neck to neck. And I think that's how we're going to see the entire matchup here, Radovan.
And they're gonna take, like, Spottum is going to take him from the side or maybe from the back. He's going also for those classic baits, but they are so minimal compared to the fact that he's always he's always like fishing them up in the middle, sometimes in the corners, but now it's 2-1, and I think that this match is going to end up into Spottum's favor, since he showed us that what he is capable during those 3 rounds.
All right, so both boxers eager to fight each other here, and Spottin going up quickly against Stanvich, a lot quicker than what I can say live on Twitch. Spottin wins that one 1-0, and Spottin was only down 1 punch though. That could have easily went Stanvich's way.
Indeed, Stanwich is going in a more rough approach now. Now there is no casual boxing. There's only I'm going to win and you're going to lose. Completely wanting to annihilate him in the middle, but Spottin managed to take him from his back, take him from his sides, and then making this a win for him.
All right, let's see if the momentum of Spottin goes. Spottin gets the first hit on Stanvich, and Stanvich's going to answer real quick. It's tied 1-1, and it looked like Spottin always had the upper hand, but for some reason Stanvich was able to come back into that one.
Stanwich now changed his tactic. He's not going to approach him roughly. He's going to for those sides and back punches, maybe more or less like those pushes into the corner, so we can finish him off. They're pretty easily. We had also the opportunity to see that, so this is a 1-on-1.
All right, both boxers coming out of their respective corners is match point for both these boxers. And Spottin going around Stanvich, and that was the Gator Roll, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw it here. Spottin wins 2-1 against Stanvich, and that was a good old patented Gator Roll that Spottin is known for. He gets around of his opponent, and makes them regret everything. Oni, Penguineer, 2 out of 3. We're going to get ready right here for the warm-ups. So, Oni in the red, Penguineer in the blue. We don't know anything about Penguineer. All I know is that he must be rich because he has a Huar and the, what is it, the companions? Yeah, so the nice little kitty cats. I actually used to have those. They're really cute. Penguineer up 1-0 here in the warm-up. So this is going to be the first time where we're going to be kind of seeing Penguineer box. We don't know anything about him, really. So, Radovan, we saw the first round. You're going to see kind of the same thing, like, what do you think how this is going to play out against two boxes that are relatively new to the league?
They're gonna like go into the boxing and just absorb like the different strategies they have seen from different boxers, and they're gonna apply it to themselves in their own matches, and then see how it will work out.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see. And we're also looking here, and Penguineer's pretty aggressive. Ooh, he is really. That is really aggressive. So it's 2-0 in the warm-ups. Obviously, we love it when new boxers come to NHBL and to Fight Night, of course. Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern. Winner gets a key, of course. You see all these really good. Oh, he signed up through. Oh, yeah. Penguineer signed up through the Crits Cask Discord. So that's awesome to see how we have kind of different communities kind of joining together in a way. So that's always awesome to see. But yeah, so Oni, he might be down in the warm-ups. He's going to try to maybe see how, because warm-ups don't matter. They just try to get a feeling for things. But what are you seeing in this round? Okay.
It's getting hard on him.
Yeah, Radovan, let me your final thoughts on this.
Look at you, tight.
Penguineer is going pretty hard on Oni, not gonna lie. Oni doesn't even really Oni doesn't really like I'm sorry, but some words are just falling off my head. Oni
You're good,
doesn't
you're good.
really yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that we're not going to we can't expect anything like we're gonna like expect something standard from them, because, or maybe not. But Standa looks like he is about to show us something that we have never seen before.
The bell has rung. Penguineer going right after Oni. Oni's kind of backtracking here, and that's not a good thing to end up in the other corner. Penguineer up 1-0 against Oni, and Penguineer, he is I haven't seen a boxer that aggressive in a while, so it's a nice little change of pace. So Oni says blame the ping, but ping can only do so much. So yeah, good first round for Penguineer.
Indeed, he's going pretty aggressive, finishing his opponent in the middle of the ring, and he doesn't even like he like pushes Oni back and then finishes him off like then in the middle.
Yeah, good strategy by Penguineer. All right, Penguineer going right after Oni, but I think Penguineer missed a couple punches there. Can Oni capitalize on it? Yes, he does. So Oni benefited from Penguineer missing his first 2 punches, and Oni comes up, and it's now 1-1. It's a much closer game now.
And it is going to, indeed, it is. Like, Penguineer lost some punches right there, maybe the first 2, and Oni took advantage of it, completely annihilating him in the middle, and then seizing the ring for himself. He now put it into a 1-on-1, and we're gonna see what he's going to bring up next. If he's going to stay like this, or he's going to lose.
All right, who will be moving on to the second round? Penguineer still doing that aggressive strategy, and it's not going to work out this time for Oni. Penguineer moves on to the second round in an impressive showing for both boxers, really. Both boxers showed off pretty good strategies, but Penguineer showed the better. The
better is completely aggressive punches, finishing him off while he still can, and those were some spot-on punches from Penguin's side. So it was most likely that it can be foreseen that it was about to turn to his favor, and it actually did. So now Penguineer won this round. Is going further.
As that was on Fluffy Teddy Bear, we touched upon it at the start of the show. So we're gonna have to see how this works up here, and I think we're gonna start for warm-ups maybe. maybe. Oh, his headphones broke. Oh, that is not good. So he's just gonna have to just kind of gauge it upon the bell. That's gonna be tough. Razdazer's headphones broke, so that's gonna be tough for him. Radovan, what do you think that plays in the factor of Razdazzler, with his headphones broke?
I don't even know how can you box without headphones. I don't know if those headphones even interfere into his overall gameplay. Okay, my headphones broke. Maybe he is like concentrating on the sound cues and then basing his decisions on it. But
Yeah,
don't know,
I mean that's my only assumption here, but I mean, okay, so we're just going to continue with the warm-ups rounds. This is a little bit less of an ideal situation. Fluffy Teddy Bear is going to try to take advantage of it, though. 2-0 in the warm-ups. Let's talk about Fluffy Teddy Bear for a minute. Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's a very experienced boxer. He has beaten some of the best boxers in our league. So he's looking to try to take advantage of the situations given to him, but also take advantage of Razdazzer not winning in the first round yet in the major circuit. So, what do you think the odds are for Fluffy Teddy Bear?
I think he's going to the odds of him winning are not like it's not like stable. We don't know what we're gonna expect from them because they're both veterans. Like he's now seizing the third warm up round for him. So yeah, we're not going to like expect from them to maybe we should expect from them to take on something new because there are some veterans. They know what he's going to do. They know how to predict because he has already boxed with him in the past. So I guess it's not going to be. Maybe he's going to be in his favor or maybe not. Can't predict.
Both boxers coming out of the ring there. Fluffy Teddy Bear going really aggressive against Raz. Raz trying to get the last punch in. Oh, but Fluffy Teddy Bear was too quick for Razdaz in that one. He takes round one.
Looks like Fluffy Teddy Bear seized the point for himself, completely finishing them off like on the corner of the ring. They first they first both started off casually, like they're not going to get pretty aggressive, but then Fluffy Teddy Bear on the other hand took over the situation when Razdazler started on him aggressively.
All right, 1-0 for Fluffy Teddy Bear. Razdazler getting the first punch in, and now it's just a catch-up game for Fluffy. Oh, but Raz missed that last punch. Oh, Fluffy Teddy Bear, 2-0, and Raz unfortunately loses in the first round again. But man, Radovan, that was a pretty vicious match for Fluffy Teddy Bear. He was so close on losing that one, but able to come back into that.
He completely annihilated him, completely pushed him to the corner of the ring, finished him off in there. And he was like starting off casually, and then he said like, "Okay, screw this. I'm gonna take this one quickly," and completely annihilated him in the corner and seizing the round for him.
Koopa King and Rage Rule in the ring. Both these guys know each other pretty well from the Fight Night scene. Guys go pretty good friends between each other. Koopa King has been training under Random Puncher down at Fight Night. Ooh, almost. Rage Will almost. So he's actually going a little old school with his name. Named Sage Will. But yeah, Koopa King knows Rage Will pretty well in his movements and what he does. So with Koopa King learning from the Ironclad champion down at Fight Night, learning from Random Puncher, do you think that kind of maybe gives him an edge a little bit? Kind of maybe gets him maybe some more experience?
Probably maybe it's going to be a guessing game or I don't know, a game about prediction because they both know each other. So I can only assume that they're gonna their prediction is gonna be pretty accurate. So if let's say, oh well, this is a perfect example of what I wanted to say. Like he's going to for this from the attack of the side, maybe from the back, something like that, or even
Right.
pushing him to the corner.
Yeah, and Koopa King's kind of showing signs of how Random Puncher plays. He isn't too aggressive, kind of backs off a little bit, kind of dekes around his opponent, and then strikes when there's an open opportunity. And both boxers actually kind of do that actually. So it'll be interesting to see how these two shape up in the regular matchup. But so far it's 2-0 in the warm-up round between these two. I think they're just gonna try to finish it up here. And Ragewell gets the last warm-up round, so just to make things a little bit more interesting. All right, bell has rung. Both boxers are out of their corners pretty quick there. Ooh, both boxers connecting. Oh, Koopa King dodging that one punch by Ragewell, and he dodges another. And Koopa King up 1-0 against Ragewell. And I told you about the fancy footwork that Koopa King's been learning from Random Puncher, and he showed that in the match here tonight. That was a pretty good first round by Koopa King, but what does Ragewell need to do to get back into this?
It was a fabulous first round. We can see there were some similarities between there were some similarities with Random Puncher and Koopa King, that he has been adopting his moves, and it has been paid off, because now Rage Will has been knocked off from the ring. He's coming back, so.
Alrighty. Ragewell was trying to got the first punch off. Koopa King going around his opponent, and Ragewell pulled out a sandwich. And unfortunately, though, that is it for Ragewell. Koopa King wins that one. We're gonna get the official ruling though down the Moonfire Flam though.
All right. The penalty has been called, but the Sagewell has relinquished the point or the redo, so the penalty stands and the point still goes.
The last match of the first round, NHBL Fight Night champion Bax is going up against Lunar Raven, who is doing his best Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force impression. Yeah, this should be interesting. Warm-up rounds are started, and this will be the last match for the first round before we head into the second round. So as we keep chugging along, hopefully you guys are enjoying this live on our Twitch channel. We love giving you guys good boxing content. You guys are seeing a lot of it here tonight. Some new guys, some tenured guys, some veterans. And, if we talk about new guys, we talk about Lunar Raven. Lunar Raven put up a shocking performance against Cumpuland a few weeks ago at an NHBL Fight Night event. It wasn't live streamed or anything like that, but Lunar Raven beat Cumpuland 4-3 in the finals of the Fight Night event. And Lunar Raven wants to prove himself even more by defeating the Fight Night champion Bax in the first round. But Radovan, me and you both know that's not going to be easy. Bax is such a competitive person. A lot of people have him pinned down to win the whole thing. What's your take on Bax in this tournament?
He is a double champion, so he's probably going to keep his title and tries to defend it by any cost that it requires. Even if it's like, oh my god, that was pretty aggressive, like pushing him into the corner and seizing the ring for him. He's even starting off like casually and ending up aggressively, and this is a little bit of a confusing move. It is not even really this predictable. Like, he might even change the tactics. He doesn't seem like a guy who's going to stick to his tactics. So we're gonna see something, I don't know, something different from him.
And Bax, like how you pointed out too, this isn't for the title, obviously. This isn't obviously for the Fight Night Championship, but you gotta think, if Lunar Raven beats Bax, you think that Lunar Raven might be next in line for a title opportunity. Of course, we do have our NHBL Fight Night event Christmas Bash happening on December 18th, where Bax does defend his NHBL Fight Night Championship against Cumpuland in an eviction notice match. So that's going to be a good one. But tonight, Bax is going up against Lunar Raven here in the first round. This should be a pretty good match between these two. All right. Last match of the first round. Let's see if we'll go on a high note here. And both boxers getting off pretty even punches here. Both boxers pretty even when it comes to their boxing. And both boxers don't want to go too aggressive. And Lunar Raven makes it 1-0. Lunar Raven up 1-0 against Bax. And boy, you have to think, from the warm-ups were entirely different. This was a lot more slower paced, and it paid off for Luna.
It was a pretty patient fight. They both like approached each other casually. They're not even going for like a straight punches. And the match overall was pretty slow. So it has paid off for Luna, and now we have the second round.
And the thing to know about Bax is that when he's down in a match, he gets more aggressive. He gets more determined, more focused. Both boxers getting off an even punch there. Bax going a little bit more aggressive there, backing up Luna Raven to the rope, and we're paid off for Bax. It's tied 1-1, and Bax was trying to push Luna Raven towards the corner there, and it worked out well for him. It's tied 1-1.
And now they like kind of both started to change the tactics. Okay, now they first started off casually, and now they both approach each other aggressively. Like no more plays. We're now going for everything or nothing.
All right, both boxers going out of their respective corners there. Luna Raven missing a punch. Bax answered with a punch of his own, is connected. They both connect with a punch there. Luna Raven missing again. And Bax is going in to finish it off, and Bax makes it 2-1, and the Fight Night champion moves on to the second round in Radovid. We've seen that from Bax time and time again. When he's down and it looks like he's not in it, he gets right back on top of his horse and he charges through, and that's exactly what we had with Bax here tonight. Good first round for him.
Indeed it was. We have seen some amazing performances from Bax's side since he started like completely casually, and now he started to rapidly punch each other, connecting these punches, and he maybe missed some shots, and the situation might have seemed dire to him, but he took the situation into his own hands, turned the tide for him, and then secured the ring for himself.
We got second round matchup going up. First up is Penguineer and Bright Boy. Both guys won the first round, of course, because why would they be here if they didn't win the first round? Bright Boy spinning around in the warm-up. Penguineer looked like not in the joking mood. Bright Boy didn't take a single hit in that time. Let's just let that sink in for a little bit. So yeah, Bright Boy with the spin technique. And it worked well for me, it looked like. Do you see a little bit, Radovid? You're gonna probably see a lot of aggression from Penguineer, like we saw in the first round. But Bright Boy didn't take a single hit, and he stood in that corner the entire time.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before. So yeah.
Penguineer started off pretty aggressively. He wanted that win, even though it's the warm up round that the wins don't really even count. It's just about to get in that mood, to get all things set up. But yeah, Penguineer just showed that the being aggressive strategy still works, but it's just about Bax. Give me a moment.
Penguineer definitely starting his dominance in the warm up. He's marking his territory, just like a cat marks the territory. Not going to tell you why, not going to tell you how. You looked up on the internet, kid, but they do. Penguineer is, like I said, really super aggressive. We saw that in this round. So we have one more round in the warm ups, and it's going to be a pretty good match between these two. I think both these boxers are rather even up, I think, in terms of skill. So Bright Boy's a little bit more relaxed. Penguineer seems to be a little bit more focused. And I don't mean that Bright Boy doesn't have any focus, but it looks like Penguineer just wants to go in and beat people up. And Bright Boy, So you got Radovid. You saw some dodges there by Bright Boy. I mean, he's got some pretty quick footwork too.
Indeed, it was a little bit. Penguineer still stood to the strategy of being aggressive, right? While Bright Boy was attempting to like dodge the punches. There were also some good punch trades there, but it turned into Bright Boy's favor, and now it's end of the warm-up round, and we're about to start the normal rounds. We're gonna see how it will end up.
All right, and the bell has rung. And both these boxers getting the licks in, and Bright Boy there was a jump. Bright Boy makes it 1-0. However, Penguineer, he jumped, he knew it, he stopped. but there was a penalty on the call. So let's see what the penalty is from Spogo's official ruling.
As obviously noticed, the blue boxer has jumped during the match. That will be 1 warning. If he does it again, that's going to be a point for his opponent. So 1 warning, we keep the point count 1-0 for Bright Boy.
Fight to the death.
All right, both boxers are getting out of the ring here, and Penguineer, super aggressive. Bright Boy, a little taken off guard. Oh, but Bright Boy with the movement. That's what kept him alive, with the moving around the ring there. And Penguineer, as you saw, Radovan, he was trying to dart back and forth to try to eye his opponent up, but Bright Boy was just so quick on his feet.
And indeed, he was. He was Penguineer in the first round. He's going to get wide. That's why he backed up, but he accidentally jumped. I suppose. And now this round, Bright Boy now focuses on becoming more mobile than being stale in the corner.
Fight to the death.
We're getting out of the corner there, a little bit more aggressive now. Bright Boy trying to move around, but Penguineer had him cornered at the ropes, and Bright Boy couldn't run around like he could just because he had his back towards the rope. And Radovan, that's a really good strategy that Penguineer is now implementing in his moveset.
Indeed, he was trying to pin him down on the ropes. We could see that Bright Boy had a hard time dodging these punches. All those punches were quite direct. He was punching him from the side, from the back, from the front, and at the end finishing him off while being like pushing him back to the corners.
Fight to the death.
All right, and the bell has sounded. Now both boxers getting their licks in. Penguineer, same strategy as usual. Bright Boy. Oh, Penguineer missed that last punch. Oh, that was all he needed, but he missed it. He whiffed. He hit the air. If he was fighting the air, Penguineer would have. But he was fighting Bright Boy, and Bright Boy wins. It's 3-1. He moves on to the semifinals. What a good match that was between both of these boxers. And I have to say, Radovan, Penguineer looked hella impressive. And I have to say, I don't want to think that this is going to be the last time we're going to see him in the boxing scene.
And it is not going to be. It was impressive, but it was impressive, but it wasn't enough for him to win this match. His aggressiveness has led him to only like 1 victory, but Bright Boy seized all the 4 rounds. And yeah, it was even. It was quite balanced.
Up next, we have Metro against Fluffy Teddy Bear. And, all right, I think we're waiting for Metro. I want to make sure. All right, there he goes. There he's coming down. So, both these boxers know each other pretty well. Back when I took over Fight Night last year, it was New Age, our first major event that I hosted for Fight Night. It was Fluffy Teddy Bear against Metro, with Fluffy Teddy Bear getting the win. So, both these boxers know each other for a long time. Long time. Know these guys very well. These guys like each other. They're not enemies. They actually do like each other. And it looks like Fluffy just I guess just finish him off, I guess. Just kind of that's not way. That's one way to finish him off. A Fluffy I don't know if that's a rule. I don't know if that was. I think that's a warning. So, referee, was there? What do you have a statement on that?
Alright, yeah, so in the middle of the match, the blue boxer has used the minigun against the red boxer. Even though the red boxer was standing still, his cable got disconnected apparently. So that's a warning for the blue boxer. But the next time he does it, will be a point awarded to his opponent.
Actually, illegal weapons equipped during an active round is 1 point awarded straight to the opponent.
Oh, so wait. There was an illegal weapon?
Well, that's a minigun.
Oh, that's true. So, well, it's warm up though. So does it automatically go to Metro then? Well, no, it doesn't matter because it's a warm up.
Excuse me. We don't just start deciding if some rules count or not, if it's warm-ups or not. All the warm-up rules count. So
No, I
this
was
is gonna
just
be a point.
asking. I was confused. I was just asking. I don't know. That's why you're a ref and I'm not, because I don't know. I'm a commentator. So I think Metro gets a point. I still don't know. 1 point to
Yes.
Metro. Okay, so Metro already has a point up. Even though Fluffy Teddy Bear had a minigun during the warm-up round. So Fluffy Teddy Bear, I know a lot of confusion, but we got to sort it out. Metro's. That's why I was asking, because I had no clue. I wasn't telling people what was going on. I didn't know. So Metro is up
per
1-0.
the NH. Sorry to interrupt you, Sins, but per the
No, you're fine.
NHBL rulebook, the warm-up rounds, all rules must be followed in the warm-up rounds as they are in an active round. So therefore, an illegal weapon was pulled out during the warm-ups, which was a minigun. So therefore, it's immediately a point to their opponent, which that means 1 point to Metro.
Okay, I see. I thought it was just originally a warning, but that's okay. That's good. Well, good that we know. But now Fluffy Teddy Bear's got a really like. I think that's the end of the warm up. So Metro's at 1-0. Fluffy Teddy Bear's got to really kind of be perfect almost.
All right, Red Boxer, are you ready?
No!
Aye.
Okay, well, that's fine. We're gonna do this way. Embellishment warning for Metro. Now, I have a question for you, Metro. As SVP of officiating, do you want the point advantage to be taken off? Okay, then we'll go 0-0.
Yeah, so now it's 0-0. It's a clean slate, regular boxing. Let's get things going. And Metro turns Fluffy Teddy Bear inside out and makes it 1-0. And Metro wanted to do this fairly. So Metro wanted to win this fairly, and he wants to go in it as an honored fighter. And Radovan, I mean, that's a lot of respect to do that. Because if I was up 1-0, I'd say, screw it, yeah, hell yeah, I want to be up 1-0. But Metro doesn't want to do that. But now he's up 1-0 in this one.
Because it was pretty respectful from his side on getting that 1 point down, and they get it legitimately.
All right, guys. So Metro's up 1-0. Fluffy Teddy Bear getting a couple punches there. Fluffy Teddy Bear kind of backing off, but he's not connecting his punches. But he connects it on that one. It's now tied 1-1 between these two.
After losing some punches there in the middle, but Fluffy Teddy Bear took it into his advantage when he kind of took it from the front, not even from the side, not even from the back, and it was straight head on, no hesitation.
All right. Both boxers out of their corners really quick there. Fluffy Teddy Bear spinning. And Fluffy Teddy Bear going up, and Metro stuck for a second, and Fluffy Teddy Bear is going to try to answer to it. But no, it doesn't answer it in time. Metro's up 2-1. It's match point for the veteran Metro.
Fluffy hitting the air from the middle of the match, even from the beginning of the match, led to Metro getting that sweet advantage over the situation, connecting all the rest of his punches into Fluffy, and then securing the victory for him.
All right. Bell has wrong. Metro. Woo, going super aggressive. But Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to go inside out here. And Fluffy Teddy Bear ties it up 2-2. We have a match point tiebreaker. And 2-2. And both boxers, wow, giving it their all in this one.
That was a truly wonderful tiebreaker. Fluffy Teddy Bear completely annihilating Metro in his like half of the ring, baiting him to his corner and finishing him off, taking the situation when Metro missed out some punches, but the rest of the punches were pretty well aimed.
All right, so whoever wins this one moves on to the semis. Metro dancing around the ring like he thinks this is some kind of dance festival. And now Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to give to Metro. Fluffy Teddy Bear misses, but he connects to the last punch and Fluffy Teddy Bear moves on. 3-2, he moves down to the semis. That was a pretty good match around of him between two experienced boxers.
Well, it was indeed a wonderful match. Fluffy Teddy Bear showing off some of those baiting tactics while Metro trying to flank him from his behind and from his side, but it didn't really turn out well for him. Fluffy Teddy Bear seizing this round for him as he moves on to the
The semifinals, yeah.
semifinals. Yeah.
Up next, we have warm-up rounds of Koopa King and Random Puncher, which, by the way, we've alluded to this. They're both each other. Random Puncher's been kind of teaching Koopa King a little bit, and Koopa King beating Random Puncher in the first round of warm-up. So I noted this too when we were doing the match selection, that there was a possibility that Koopa King was going to face Random Puncher in the second round, and now you're going to see it. So the student is going up against the teacher, of so to speak. So you got to say that Random Puncher kind of showed him a lot, kind of showed him Koopa a lot of what Random Puncher knows. You think that's maybe going to bite him in the rear end by the end of this?
Indeed, he's going to show off something that his teacher taught him. He does execute it pretty well, and as we can see, that the teacher is still has tied up the warm-up rounds to 1-on-1, and we can say that there are some similarities between their play styles. It really shows that Koopa King has taught something, has
learned, yeah,
has learned something from Random Puncher, and then he just showed him that, you are the student, but I'm still the teacher, so you can't beat me.
Well, the other thing too, Koopa King was already obviously a really good boxer in season 9, but in Fight Night, Koopa King jumped, and although I think Random Puncher is gonna kind of like Koopa King, you guys can still fight. They're just gonna eat. That's one thing that a lot of people just don't know. So we're gonna have a lot of see what the ref says on that, and then we'll continue. So Moonford Flam, a veteran referee in his own right, let's see what he has to say.
All right, there were a lot of things going on in there. We've got Blue Boxer jumping in the middle of that, so that's going to be a warning. So please. Oh, it was red?
I never
sorry.
jumped.
I'm sorry. That was my bad. There's just so much going on. Red Boxer, please keep it down. Blue Boxer, you pulled out your sandwich as well. Both of you actually pulled out your sandwiches. So that's going to be another warning. Don't let that happen again. Otherwise, we're going to have to swap out some points.
All right, so both boxers coming out. It is Random Puncher against Koopa King. Koopa King trying to fight off Random Puncher. Random Puncher missed that one punch, but I think Koopa King kind of dodged it a little bit. 1-0 for Koopa King, and you have to think too, Radovan. Random Puncher. Same thing as Bax. If he goes down a punch or he goes down a round, he's going to be more focused in the next coming rounds.
Those were some spot-on shots coming from both of the fighters, but it showed that, Koopa King has taken off. I mean, Random Puncher was hitting the air like flaws. Like two hits were not even right onto Koopa King, but at the end, Koopa King took the tide on his way and seized the end of the warm-up rounds.
All right, the bell has rung. Koopa King still up 1-0. Random Puncher trying to get enough punches in, and Koopa King tried to hit Random Puncher for that last hit, but it looked like he wasn't close enough to Random Puncher to get that hit off, and Random Puncher ties it up.
Both were trying to hit each other from the side, or maybe even from the backs, but it only ended up punching straight to each other, and they kind of centered it out in the middle. But it turned into Random Puncher's advantage when Koopa King was doing one failed mistake, trying to flank him and punch the air instead. So this is a win for Random Puncher.
All right, both boxers tied up 1-1, both circling the ring there. Both meeting up now. Koopa King trying to fight off Random Puncher, missed wildly, but he recuperated because I think it was up a punch or two, so he allowed him to still get the win. 2-0 for 2-1 for Random Puncher. Radovan, what do you think so far?
Random Puncher pushing Koopa King into the ropes, seizing the victory for himself. It was quite like trying to copy each other. They don't even try to go for their own play styles. Now they're gonna copy each other. Oh, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to do this. I'm going to do the same thing, and it end up for Random Puncher's into Random Puncher's advantage.
All right. And both boxers and Random Puncher trying to miss. Oh, it looked like Random Puncher kind of baited him a little bit, and it worked. Random Puncher makes it 3-1, and Random Puncher moves on to the next round. And Koopa King, although pretty close during all those matchups, Random Puncher moved on to the next round. Now we have to head real quick to the next matchup here. It's going to be Bax against Spot. Oh, they're a good match to end the second round on. Both boxers haven't really fought, if any at all. I don't even remember them fighting before. But if they did, it would be like once or maybe even twice. But I think it's the first time. So this is going to be a good match between these two, I would assume. Radovan, give me your thoughts on these two boxers. And oh, look how even punches they're throwing. I mean, these guys are going to put on a good show for us.
Indeed, you're going to do. Spartan showing us that he has no mercy towards he has no mercy towards Spartan, and he really wants to secure even the warm up rounds, even the normal rounds. And we can also see that he's trying to like push him into the corner and finish him off. It really goes for him as he executes them pretty well.
All right, now the warm-ups are going to get under the way. And Spawn was kind of throwing some shade at Bax during the intermission. Bax is obviously retaliating too. They both like to how can I say? They like boxing in the ring, but they also like boxing in when it comes to insults and stuff like that. So both these boxers, ultra competitive. They want to win. Who doesn't want to win? First of all, but yeah, I mean, that's why we're here. We're not here just to have fun. I mean, come on, fun and boxing? Come on, please. Give me a break. The only reason why people come into these tournaments is to win. And if you're not in it for that, then the door is that way. Just kidding. We like to have fun too. But the prize is still very important. And Spartan has been the winner a couple times. Bax has yet to be, but he's the Fight Night champion though. So we'll have to see. Bax has come a long way. So Radovan, your real quick take on this. This is your final match you're calling tonight. So what do you got to think about this one?
Spartan was a little bit hesitating on trying to get like from his side or even from his back. I think it's going to be a pretty balanced match. It's going to be like more slow and casual rather than competitive, even though I highly believe that they both are going to show the best of them.
Fight to the death.
All right, last match of the second round. This should be a close one, you would think. Oh, Spartan giving it close to Bax. And Spawn's up 1-0, but if you notice, Bax is not letting himself turn because Spawn's trying to get around Bax, and Bax is not letting him. But it's still 1-0 for Spartan.
Indeed, Bax was trying to back up from Spartan because he really wants that back, but Spartan really wants that back, but it ended up being pushed out by Spartan and getting finished out by the half of the ring almost in the center of it.
Fight to the death.
All right, guys. And Spartan going aggressive. It almost took back. At least let me finish my thoughts, gentlemen. Spartan up 2-0. And it looked like it took Bax by surprise there, which doesn't happen often. Spartan's up 2-0 match point.
Spartan trying to bait them, not going and really go into that aggressive style. He more or less tries to bait him or even push them into corner and then finish them off in there because it's more reliable to him.
Fight to the death.
The bell has rung. Let's see how these guys go. And Spartan trying to back him up. Bax trying to do the gator roll a little bit. And oh my goodness. Bax almost, not fully, but you can kind of count it if you squint. I'm pretty sure Bax tried to do the gator roll in one. Radovan, I'm lost for words.
Spartan was trying to get around him, but Bax didn't get that easily fooled. He was turning around and then finishing him off when he was the weakest. Trying to flank him didn't go very well, ending up in his and backs his victory, and we have now what, 2-1.
Man, I am having a fun time. I'm watching boxing. I'm calling boxing. I'm not tired. This isn't my 4th cup of water I'm drinking. This is not the 3rd time I went to the bathroom. I'm having a great time. What are you talking about? I mean, all jokes aside, it is a fun match, fun event. Guys, I'm glad Gearhead's not here because they still want to kill Gearhead for the match selection a few months ago. But Random Puncher going up against Bright Boy. Huh.
Let's go.
These two will actually be facing each other at Christmas Bash, December 18th. And I think we're going to get started with the warm-ups. There you go. The Ironclad Championship will be defended at Christmas Bash.
Series of Call of Duty 360 no-scopes going on there.
And that's going to be an embellishment call for both boxers.
Oh!
Look at you.
Spogo doing embellishment again. Pretty high wardings for embellishment this evening just because of the tournament. And Choppy, I was gonna get to you. But yeah, both of these boxers, they know each other so well. They fought so many times at Fight Night. They've already fought this season at the last tournament. And now they're fighting in the second round this tournament. And they'll be fighting on December 18th for the Ironclad Championship in a Pick Your Poison match, which I described on Fight Night a few weeks ago. These guys know each other so damn well, and they're fighting once again. I mean, this is going to be... you can't script this for how many times these guys fight each other randomly. It's great.
It's like a Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. They face each other all the time, then their hatred only grows the more they face each other.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think they don't even hate each other. They just hate the people that made the match and hate them because they made the match.
It's entirely accurate. They want to fight someone else for once.
I mean, I get that, but it makes it entertaining for us. Bright Boys won a few. Random Punchers won a few. They'll be fighting again on December 18th. I mean, these guys just love each other. They gotta be best friends, you would think.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they trained together.
True, you wouldn't be surprised. But Choppy, real quick before the heat comes down the ring, you've seen the first 2 rounds. What's the one thing that you saw in this tournament so far that really got you hyped, that really sparked some interest in you?
I tell you what I've seen above other tournaments that I have seen lately. There has been a lot of very aggressive boxing. I think the choice of the fists for this tournament has really led to individual boxers being a whole lot more in your face and aggressive, like coming right at their opponent. And it has mostly paid off for most of them. The folks that have come up to this level have really been quite aggressive, and it's worked.
All right, guys. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Random Puncher going against Bright Boy. And Bright Boy doing worse for wear. Random Puncher up 1-0. And Random Puncher getting off a quick victory as on my screen, Bright Boy's body falls to the ground below. So, Choppy, that was a pretty good first round between these two. Pretty even matchup, but Bright Boy just couldn't get his punches in.
Yeah, it looked like he got a bit outmaneuvered on his right side there. Random Puncher able to close that distance correctly and maintain his aim directly on Bright Boy that whole time and able to land his punches effectively. It looks almost like Bright Boy got turned around a bit. Wasn't quite sure where Random Puncher was going to happen. It looks almost as if Random Puncher has an edge on his left side there.
And both boxers getting off the first punch each other, and Bright Boy bounced off the ropes a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Bright Boy makes it 1-1. And I think he said it was best 4 out of 7. It's 1-1 now. And you're probably going to see this seesaw affair back and forth like we've seen time and time again, because they just like doing that to us.
Bright Boy was able to adapt to that strategy there. Absolutely. I would see the two of them matched up very close. I expect this to go the distance. Bright Boy was able to effectively counteract that strong movement by Random Puncher on his right side. This time he made the adaptation and he made it count.
All right. Both boxers fighting off in the center of the ring there. And Random Puncher missed that last punch, but I don't think it would have mattered anyway, because Bright Boy was up a couple hits. And it's now 2-1 Bright Boy in his first lead in this matchup.
Beautiful footwork there by Bright Boy, making sure that he's dodging in and out of that zone, the total range of that melee punch, and was able to make it count every time he dodged in, and then force Random Puncher to miss every time he backed away. That was just an excellent synchronicity of footwork there from Bright Boy.
Fight to the death.
All right. And Random Puncher, and it's hard as a commentator to commentate this kind of match because they're both doing the same exact thing. And Bright Boy doing the same exact thing, winning. And it's 3-1 for Bright Boy. They're so evenly matched, it's not even funny.
Yet again, absolutely making it count there. Bright Boy able to make that adaptation after that first round where he looked a little wonky on the footwork and the melee ranging. He's able to effectively close the gap when he needs to, as well as effectively dodge out of the way whenever Random Puncher is on the offensive. And he's just making it count here. Some excellent, excellent footwork.
Fight to the death.
All right. And Random Puncher trying to get up into Bright Boy's grill, and Bright Boy missing a couple punches, but I think Random Puncher just kept missing a couple more, and Bright Boy wins 4-1, and he goes to the finals. What a moment for Bright Boy to go to the finals, them beating Random Puncher, the Ironclad champion.
Absolutely. Some, again, excellent footwork, making it count every time there. It looked like Random Puncher almost sort of was having trouble with his keyboard and with his own footwork. And slowly, he started out really strong, but was able to, but just sort of lagged round after round there. And the edge eventually went to Bright Boy.
We're going to get right into this with another semifinals round, best 4 out of 7. This is going to be another good one. Spot and Fluffy Teddy Bear, both guys that are so experienced. And we'll see how this goes. Maybe Fluffy Teddy Bear will not pull a minigun out this time and shoot his opponent. All right, warm-ups have begun. Now, Choppy, give me your thoughts, Choppy. When you saw that Fluffy Teddy Bear shooting his minigun to Metro, what was your thoughts about that? Because I was confused.
I tell you what, man, I was definitely surprised as well, especially considering it went both ways in that match. I was honestly kind of amazed at the sort of manipulation of the rules there to ensure an even playing field for both boxers, even after that initial little bit of having his fun, but against the rules there, you know, I was just amazed.
Yeah, and that's the kind of, and that's when you look at some of the boxers in the NHBL history, and there's one guy that always will just, when it comes to sportsmanship, it's Metro. It's always Metro, always has been, always will be. For someone who, I mean, let's be honest, he's never won a championship here in NHBL, and he could have had that one-up victory to maybe possibly go into the qualify for the playoffs. But he decided not to, and that's what I respect. But now Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's in the semifinals, going up against a tough opponent in Spot. And Choppy, you've seen Spot fight so many times. You know what he's capable of. And the Gator rule, you already saw it once tonight. Do you see that? Maybe he pulling that out again.
It's going to be a tough one, man. Spottin being such an experienced boxer and having such success is going to be a tough cliff to get over for any boxer, and Fluffy Teddy Bear, that is no exception. I figure, depending on how it works out, I think the best way for Fluffy Teddy Bear to counter that would be simply to counteract whatever strategy he sees here, to defensively work against aggression if he receives it, or to bring his own aggression if that's possible.
Right, and Bright Boy, who qualified already for the finals, giving good luck to whoever wins. That's good sportsmanship with Bright Boy as well. And Spottin giving it to Fluffy Teddy Bear out of the way, and Spottin going around his opponent, not fully. Fluffy Teddy Bear kind of has the wherewithal to not show his back to Spottin, but it still wasn't enough. Spottin's up 1-0.
Like I was saying earlier in the tournament, that kind of aggression is really rewarding boxers here. Spottin getting super close, just managing to land punch after punch in a row right in Fluffy Teddy Bear's face. That is such a difficult strategy to counter. You have to use mobility to counter it, and it's so difficult to work up against.
All right, let's see what happens here in this round. And Spottin trying to go around, and Fluffy Teddy Bear turns it around on Spot. And now it's 1-1, and Fluffy Teddy Bear is going to show why he's the bear, and you don't mess with bears. You never mess with bears. Never.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
never.
What a dominant ring performance there from Fluffy Teddy Bear. He didn't waver. He didn't stutter for an instant. He got right in Spotten's face and let him know, hey, this isn't going to be a pushover round. I'll tell you what. Getting right there, landing every single punch in a row, just unmissing, unbreaking, unrelenting, and destroying his way through that round there. It is now tied at 1.
Fight to the death.
All right. So it is tied 1-1. Spartan going aggressive there. Fluffy Tabor trying to do the tip. Oh, wailed him out of the ring. And if Fluffy Tabor is a sniper, you can tell he does his flicks pretty well because he flicked over and punched Spartan, and that's something you never see in boxing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some excellent tracking there. That flick maneuver off to the left side. Spaten brought the aggression first in that round, but Fluffy Teddy Bear able to counteract that aggression with sniper-like aim. Absolutely. Just excellent boxing from both.
Fight to the death.
All right.
Like men.
So it was a false start for Spaten, but now we're going to get ready into this. And Fluffy Tabor in the lead now. And Spaten trying to go around him. But Fluffy Teddy Bear, look at that tracking by Fluffy Teddy Bear. Choppy, you hinted about it for the last round, but that was just nasty, man. That was just nasty.
Absolutely. Teddy Bear, again, with that sniper-like aim. Spaten's trying to get in close to be aggressive, and Teddy Bear is responding to it perfectly with both movement and aim and counterpunching exactly when he needs to. It is just excellent boxing from both of them. And now Teddy Bear here, I believe, at match point, about to get into the semifinals. We'll see if Spaten can turn it around.
Fight to the death.
Bullet on such a
All right. Spaten missing at, and he's missing again. But no, Spaten laying a couple punches there, but Fluffy Teddy Bear does it! Fluffy Teddy Bear moves on to the finals to fight Bright Boy. He wins it 4-1,
going to
and you notice of just that tracking that we've been mentioning. Well, that was more of a Fluffy Teddy Bear that we've seen a lot of, just that determination, and he ended up getting the win over Spaten, who was just down and out from the get-go.
Yeah, he is just locked in. He had his crosshairs poked right on Spaten that entire time. I don't think his aim wavered for a moment through all of those final 4 rounds out of those 5. That was just incredible aim from Fluffy Teddy Bear. Dominant boxing.
I am back with another cup of water, this time without white flakes in it. Let's get things underway. It's warm-up time.
Let's go.
6 out of 11. Winner gets the prize. The winner gets the prize and wins Clash. We already have the people that the competitors that have qualified for this tournament. Of course, we had Fluffy Teddy Bear. Bright Boy already qualified. We had Fluffy Teddy Bear, Spaten, and whoever else, Random Puncher. So those are the 3 that go into the finals now. So now if Bright Boy wins this, it's just gravy at this point. So let me tell you this, Choppy. Let me ask you this. This is the final match. We saw a lot of good action here tonight. A lot of good matchups. What do you guys say between these 2 boxers? These 2 boxers, definitely destined to be here. They've shown really good boxing tonight, especially Bright Boy, who's shown really good boxing, especially against that Random Puncher match. So, Choppy, give me your thoughts on this match as we're seeing it unfold in the warm-ups.
I gotta say, both of these guys have been dominant coming up to this level, especially the semifinal rounds. Both of them, as was mentioned to me in the commercial break there, both of them lost the first round of their semifinal match and then went on to dominate and win the next 4 rounds, or the next 4 individual bouts to get here. So both of them started out just with a little bit of a warm-up session and then just crushed 4 rounds straight. That is, I think, is incredible on the part of both of these boxers, that they have started a streak, they're on a streak, and it's a question of unstoppable force versus immovable object at this point.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Like, both these boxers, Fluffy Teddy Bear, I mean, you see now his strategy is. It's not like they don't do anything different. They don't have a certain skill. But we saw Fluffy Teddy Bear using his wherewithal and knowing where his opponent was in the ring. I mean, that's something that just you don't learn overnight. You know what I mean? That's just something that you have to practice on. And Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's been practicing. He's been down at Fight Night, doing pretty well at Fight Night. Bright Boy doing just as well. All right, final matchup of the evening. Someone's gonna walk out with as the winner of the clash. Of course, we have the award ceremony right after this matchup as well. Bright Boy, getting some long punches. Those noodle arms are coming to effect. Of course, Bright Boy from Peru with his patented noodle arms, and it's 1-0 for Bright Boy as he takes the lead in this.
Solid first round there from Bright Boy. Looked like a whole lot of maneuvering on the part of both boxers.
Fluffy Tabor just put in, instead of Peru, it's Baru with the I'm sorry, I laughed at that. I'm not supposed to.
The good old Big B meme.
All right. Still anyone's game. There's still a lot of boxing in this matchup. It's only 1-0. Best 6 out of 11. Oh, and Fluffy Tabor missing a couple punches, and Bright Boy finished him off with 1 punch to spare. 2-0 for Bright Boy, and you got to think, Choppy, Bright Boy's looking pretty good right now, and sometimes he can be a little overconfident, though, sometimes. You see maybe Fluffy Tabor trying to get back into this.
Yeah, it's a little tough here. Fluffy Teddy Bear looks like he's lost that aiming edge he had in the semifinals here. He's getting out-dueled right at the edge of melee range there. Bright Boy with, like you said, his long noodle arms making contact as far away as possible.
All right. So it's 2-0 for Bright Boy. Fluffy Tabor missing those punches. He keeps missing. And Bright Boy dodging at the perfect time. And when you're out of rhythm, and Fluffy Tabor questioning that a little bit. Go ahead, Choppy.
Certainly, Fluffy Teddy Bear now on the back foot, really, really being pushed into the ropes here. Looking almost like he's lost a little bit of concentration between those 2 rounds.
We have a dispute now. Fluffy Tabor with a dispute. Long noodle arms kept hitting me while I was at the same range and none of mine were connecting.
The dispute by Bright Boy for wonky long-armed hit registration by Fluffy has been denied. That leaves Bright Boy with 2 disputes remaining. If he gets both of those in his favor, he can still get 3rd dispute. The round will also go towards Fluffy. So we shall continue. Did I completely mix up the boxers? Oh
yeah,
my
just
goodness.
towards Bright Boy, yeah. Well, we got what you mean. We got what you mean.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
we will
3-0
continue
for Bright Boy.
with round 4.
Right. So it's 3-0 officially for Bright Boy. The 1 dispute for Fluffy. I was mentioning it to Choppy at the commercial at the break there, and now Fluffy Tabor is getting a lot of good quick punches in, and he answered quickly. Choppy, I was just saying over the break we were talking about how we didn't really see anything. It's hard to see the long arms, but Fluffy Tabor giving us some long arms on his own. It's now 3-1 for and still in favor for Bright Boy though.
Looks like that break gave Teddy Bear a little bit of a breather, maybe that he needed, sort of a timeout between those to try to recover from going 3 rounds down. I mean, that's a tough call, and maybe sometimes taking a step away can really give a boxer an edge.
Yeah, Choppy, you're right on that. You know, these boxers they fought a lot of matches so far tonight. Like it's a lot of matches, so sometimes it's just nice to take a minute to yourself and get your things together, and that's probably what happened for Fluffy. Both boxers around the ring. Bright Boy getting in the first edge. Fluffy Teddy Bear is answering, and Bright Boy finishes him off. It's 4-1 now. Bright Boy just needs to win 2 more. Fluffy needs to win a total of 5. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's sure as heck looking good for Bright Boy.
Yeah, it really does. Fluffy Teddy Bear, it looks like he's trying to out-duel Bright Boy at distance this entire time, and mostly that doesn't seem to be working out for him very well. Bright Boy seems to have, like you said, those long noodle arms. He's got an excellent distance game, really, and Teddy Bear really needs to counteract that somehow.
Go, and this is a more aggressive this time, and Fluffy Tabor stays into the match. It's now 4-2. And that was a lot more of aggressive side of Bright Boy that we haven't seen yet tonight.
Yep, a little bit more aggression there, I think, from both boxers. A lot closer contact, a lot lesser dodging and maneuvering right at the beginning of the round. And Teddy Bear, of course, getting into melee range, landing those first couple of punches and getting that time advantage. Landing those first 2 punches before Bright Boy was able to counter with the counter 2 punches. And Fluffy Teddy Bear saw that advantage and pressed it. It was able to take that round.
All right. So it's not over yet. And Bright Boy missing that first punch there, but Bright Boy's trying to get back into it, but Fluffy Teddy Bear denies it. 4-3. Fluffy Teddy Bear is making a comeback in this one just at the nick of time.
Absolutely. Teddy Bear seems to have gotten his aim back. He seems to have gotten his timing and rhythm back as well. Like I said, that little break there for the dispute, that's yet another tactical bit in the boxer's toolkit. Sometimes you may need to call a dispute just to take a timeout. And that can be a benefit, taking a couple of minutes to gather your thoughts and refocus. And that seems to be an excellent tactical decision here by Teddy Bear. He's only down by 1 round.
All right, here we go now. Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to tie this up here. Oh, both boxers missing. Fluffy Teddy Bear acknowledges it. And Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to get around Bright Boy, but no, it's not enough. It's 5-3. It's match point for Bright Boy.
I came right down to the wire there at the end. Both boxers, it came down to that final punch. Yet again, we're seeing both of them whittle down each other's health to a very close margin, down to their final punch, I believe, for both of them. These rounds are going so quickly. When the initial punches happen, the action from that point onwards is frenetic, and it's just impossible to look away for even a moment, or you will miss a killing blow.
All right, Fluffy Teddy Bear changing to his unicorn ballerina outfit we seen him do before when he's down in big matches, and usually it works in his favor. And Bright Boy was like, oh, F word. So Bright Boy knows, and Fluffy Teddy Bear getting the first punch off of Bright Boy, and Bright Boy needs to try to recuperate, but he doesn't. He falls to the fairy princess unicorn. 5-4 now. So Fluffy Teddy Bear only needs to win 2. He just can't let Bright Boy win another match.
Dude, what a tenacious charge there by Teddy Bear, right? A long period of really dodging all the way around the ropes. He was attached to the ropes, it looked like, all the way around the ring at least once. And then when he decided to charge at the right time, he made it count. It was very risky. At one point, he was very close to losing that round, but he made his punches count, and it is coming down to the wire here, folks.
Fight like a big man. I live.
See if the Fluffy Unicorn Fairy, I don't know. I still have to work on the name. Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to get it in, but Bright Boy, no, he does not. Bright Boy rips the wings right off of Fluffy Teddy Bear. And Bright Boy screaming in, and I would scream too. Bright Boy wins. And he is our class champion, Choppy.
Oh, what another incredibly close match. It came down to the final punch or two there. These two keeping it interesting the entire time. Despite that score of 6-4, it was much closer than that score would indicate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the prize presentations. The gentleman's fedora on the other side of the camera. Brand Flakes is off tonight, so I'll be doing these presentations from the other side of the screen. In 4th place is Spaten with a 6 wins and 6 loss record, of course winning 2-1 over Stenvich, 3-1 over Baxter, and then in the semifinals getting 1 round against Fluffy Teddy Bear. Congratulations, Spaten. Of course, with Bright Boy advancing to the semis, you have qualified for the postseason. We're excited to see you in June as well as through the rest of the season's tournaments. Random Puncher getting 3rd place with a 2-0 victory over Setup Lit, a 3-1 victory over Season 9's Rookie of the Season, Koopa King 64, and then putting 1 round up on Bright Boy. So congratulations to you on 3rd place. You have qualified for the postseason. Excited to see you in June and any of the other tournaments you have in Season 10. A Fluffy Teddy Bear took an incredible run with a 2-0 sweep of Raz Dazzler, a 3-2 heart-wrenching victory over Metro, even with the situations that surrounded it, and then 4-1 against Spaten, and just came 2 rounds short of winning the Kritzcast Clash. Congratulations to you, Fluffy. You're qualified for the playoffs as well. Feel free to flex on everybody for getting runner-up in the tournament. And the Peruvian has won another tournament under his belt. And who swept the Natasha and Sasha heavyweight champion 2-0 in the first round. 3-1 victory over Penguineer that looked a lot closer than it is on paper. 4-1 against Random Puncher, and then a 6-4 victory against the Fluffy Teddy Bear. Of course, you're already going to the playoffs from your qualification in the LPSS Backyard Brawl last month, but congratulations, Bright Boy. You've got your first tournament win in Season 10 and another tournament win under your belt. Congratulations to all 4 of you. We'll see you all in the postseason and everything. And Sins has got a few questions for you, starting with Spotting and going down the line.
All right. You thought I forgot we had to do interviews, so I signed off a little too early on my end. But here we are, the final four that won tonight. Spot, you didn't go to the finals this time. Although, really, I mean, you had a really good tournament, but albeit, you only finished 4th. But you did finalize yourself to be into the playoffs, which is very exciting. So you'll be seeing another another finals appearance this season. So I mean, Spot, give me your thoughts on that, knowing that you'll be in the season finals once again. I think he took a crap in his pants. Someone better alert the authorities. All right. Thank you, Spot.
I'm so
okay.
I'm so incredibly disappointed because I was hyping myself up like, man, listen, I'm gonna win this, and then all of a sudden I don't
You didn't win.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you didn't win.
wasn't this like the only stock fist tournament of the entire season that I have to play with like my least favorite fucking weapon in the game?
Yeah. Well, hey.
It's nice.
Hey, well, congratulations. You moved to the finals, though, and that's impressive knowing that you hate the fifth so much. Also, I can't confirm
the fist. I love the fist. I hate the KGB.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, then you should have won. You silly, you should have won this tournament then. All right. Random puncher, stand over a little bit so I can. Yeah, just that spot. Whatever. Hey, random puncher. The Ironclad champion. You may finish the 3rd place. You came up close against Bright Boy. However, you still finalized yourself to be into the NHBL finals in the summer. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to see. So give me your thoughts about this whole tournament, about you going to the finals, and you fighting Bright Boy one more time.
Well, me and Bright Boy, I mean, it feels super scripted. I mean, it started with Gearhead and kind of escalated what it is now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. But he's a really good boxer. Ever since we started going for the Ironclad Championship, like way back in I think the start of season 9, I was like, yo, who is this Bright Boy guy? And then we got in the match, and then it kind of escalated from there. But me standing here qualifying for the season 10 playoffs it's amazing. I've been wanting to get here since I knew that the playoffs even existed, and now that I'm finally going there, it feels unreal.
Good on ya.
Hey, that's awesome to hear, and yeah, you definitely earned it. It's random punches. Congratulations, to you for getting in 3rd place. Also over here we have Fluffy Teddy Bear, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm almost scared to interview you because I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth because it's not going to be your voice. It's going to be something else. But Fluffy Teddy Bear, you did very good tonight. Of course, achieving 2nd place. Yours came also close against Bright Boy. But Fluffy Teddy Bear, you go into the finals once again. Give me your thoughts on what you did this evening.
It isn't funny.
I'm so sorry for laughing. Well, then let me ask you this though. Your finals appearance in the summer. Who would you want to face? Because you face a lot of boxers. Who would you wanted to face in the finals if you had a choice? You want to face Bright Boy again? Yeah. Wait, hold on, Fluffy. Are you for real? Are you sure? For real? Who would you really fight? Who would you really fight in the finals? Who would you really want to fight? No, not me. Whatever. Fluffy Denver, thank you so much. Bright Boy, the winner of tonight. Man, I remember when you're a little Peruvian little butt came in a fight night, and I remember, man, this guy's not going to make it. But look at you now. You won the clash, and you did it all without any cosmetics. Wonderful. Absolutely terrific. What do you got to say? you won your first tournament, and you're moving on to the finals as Spartan is never mind. Bright Boy, give me your thoughts. I know that your heart must be racing.
Hold on a second. Let me just check this mic. Is this working?
Yep, okay, yeah, don't hit it anymore. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So, my thoughts on this tournament. First, my heart is indeed racing because I kind of defeated one of the best boxers that, and it is obvious, one of the best boxers in the NHBL group. Not gonna lie. And I'm just going to say it is a achievement that I beaten this great bet. And oh god, he wants to shoot me. But anyway, I couldn't have done this with all the heavy boxers that I have fought before, without the help of random puncher. With he just beats my ass and I beat his ass. It's kind of traditional now. But
Bright Boy, you'll be fighting Random Puncher at Christmas Bash for that Ironclad Championship, and I'll pick your poison match. So, I mean, that's going to be, he's going to pick two for his first 2 rounds. He's going to pick gloves. The next 2 rounds, you're going to pick gloves to use. I mean, this is for the Ironclad Championships. You'll be facing one more time, and it'll be live on Twitch. So, right here in front of everyone, give me your real thoughts on Random Puncher. Give me your real honest to God thoughts on Random Puncher.
Alright, hold on. Okay. Alright. So, this man right here. Look at this man. Look at this man right here. Look at him. He's a random puncher. At first, I thought he was going to be like, new boxer. I might have to destroy him. But the more that I look at him, the more that I fought against him, he was unique. He fucking destroyed my ass so many times. And that's me admitting it. Like, no, seriously. He beat my ass. But to be honest, Random Puncher, you're a real G, dude. You're a pretty good boxer. And just like before that I told you, you have a bright future. And I hope you win this finals. I don't know if I'm gonna win. But again, you can do it, I believe.
Oh, look at that companionship. Fluffy Teddy hates the living crap out of it. We have one final thing, the one final send-off. Season 10 tradition. We will have a nice little heartwarming speech by Random Puncher, so I need everyone to silence all their miniguns. Cool. Give the floor to Random Puncher. He's gonna have one little thing to say, and then we're gonna go off the air. So thank you guys so much. Random Puncher, please take it away.
The National Heavy Boxing League. This league means so much to so many people, and it's been around for so many years, so many events, that it would be nearly impossible for me to give you the names of every single boxer that has participated in this league. The National Heavy Boxing League has gone from just a few matches with just a few people showing up to the massive league it is today. I remember it like it wasn't that long ago, even though it really was. I remember one day, bored out of my mind, scrolling through community servers, looking for a new change of pace and something interesting. While scrolling, I remember seeing a server that said Superdome, which caught my attention. I figured, oh, that's a pretty cool name for a map. I guess I can check that out. I joined the server, and it was empty, but it felt alive at the same time. The map seemed to have this energy about it that I couldn't quite put my finger on. So I explored the map to see what I could find, when suddenly a player joined. They joined the server and spawned as Heavy and moved towards the center of the map where the boxing ring was. Once they had reached the ring, they sprinted into the corner of the ring and typed a message saying, "Get in the box, let's get in the ring, let's box, bro." So I decided to give it a try and joined him in the ring. I lost over and over again, but had tons of fun playing with him. Finally, after 30 minutes of constant boxing, I finally beat him. And then again, and again. I finally started getting the hang of it. Once we finished, he informed me about the weekly games that would be happening every Friday. The National Heavy Boxing League's Friday Fight Night. I can hardly express the amount of respect that I have for the people running Fight Night every Friday. They've spent so much time, money, blood, sweat, and tears every week bringing us endless tournaments and fun. The amount of crazy matches that have happened has had everyone on the edge of their seats countless amounts of times. I remember every Friday being hyped all day because I knew Friday would be fight night and would be happening later, hoping that I would get a shot at making the finals and facing off against the ultimate opponent. Then you have the major circuits, and these events, they are crazy. They last throughout the months every single year. These events use new and interesting rule sets that challenge even the best boxers in the league. Not only that, but the amount of adrenaline that one feels when inside the ring is incomprehensible. Knowing that you and 15 other boxers are gunning for that spot in the NHBL finals makes every action you make that much more important. One slip up, false prediction, or phantom hit, which we all love, could be the factor between advancing to the next round or losing it all. This has never been more true for the boxers in the final season of the NHBL Season 10, where the stakes have never been higher. It truly is a bittersweet. I found this league in Season 7, but now we are in its final hurrah, Season 10. No matter the outcome of these events, and no matter who wins the championship of the NHBL Season 10, every boxer, referee, commentator, administrator, and even Fedora himself can all agree on one thing. We love boxing. Thanks to the efforts of all these people who made the NHBL what it is today, because they made one of the best communities that I've been a part of. And just to think, it all started with just a simple day of me being bored and looking for a new server. Finally, I want to give thanks to these people who made the NHBL amazing. The Gentleman's Fedora, Sin Synergy, Clayface, Brian Flakes, Spogo,
Hi.
and Disco DJ. For making me and everyone else's Fridays super exciting and fantastic. As Keanu Reeves would say, you're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Good night, God bless, and never stop improving.